Keep that applause going for your next act, Steve Lewis!
Good evening. You all right? Good. Welcome to tonight's anger management meeting. Who wants to kick off? No? No. I asked my dad, when I was a kid, I asked my dad about masturbating. He said, you need to stop that, son. Why is that? He said, it's distracting. Stop. It's distracting. He was great, my dad. He told me all kinds of stuff when I was a kid. He told me about my Uncle Peter. He said, your Uncle Peter can tell you when you're going to die. And we were all like, how does he do that? Turns out he was a hitman. Yeah, and it's been a tough couple of years. Last few years have been tough. Real tough. We lost my dad. In Matalan. We found him eventually. Yeah, and the dog got ran over. Yeah, we were insured. A third party fire and theft, so we just set fire to him. It was fine. It was fine. Yeah, and we used to always. My dad used to do all the cooking. My dad used to curry and rice every night for tea. Every night for tea, curry and rice. But I used to always struggle breathing. Really bad. So I went to the doctors. Turns out it was a bit basmatic. Yeah. And that submarine that went down not long back, crash scene investigators have had a look at it. Turns out it was Portuguese built. They've sussed out what the problem is. It was down to the periscope. And there's a guy been arrested in Bradford. Police arrest him. They found £1 million worth of cocaine in his scooter, mobility scooter. Biggest problem they had was pulling the scooter out of his arse. That was the hardest problem. And Princess Diana's car the other week sold in auction for 650 grand. 650 grand. It's not bad. Prince Andrew's escort cost him 12 million. It's not bad. Not bad. Yeah. There's the farmer in Yorkshire managed to grow a field full of anal beads. He has. Doing really well. He's literally got them coming out of his arse. Pretty good. Farmer next door thought, I'm having some of this. I'm having some of this. He's managed to grow a field full of dildos. Biggest problem he's got is squatters. It's his biggest problem. Yeah. And I've started reviewing books. I've started reviewing books. Reviewed one the other week. 50 things for single people to do. I thought it was wank. But... Right, I was going to sit down for this, but I might not. I'll tell you what, yeah, that's a good idea, that, actually. You hold up. Bit of audience participation here. I'm going to sit down, because I think it's... My little girl likes to have a bedtime story read to her. She loves it. Sends her to sleep. She loves it. So I thought, I'll have a go at this. I can do this. I wrote a book. Mr. Creepy. Mr. Creepy. So yeah, it's maybe not a kid's book, but... Mr. Creepy lives in a government-funded house in Dundee. All alone. Mr. Creepy's not always lived here. Mr. Creepy was married with 2 lovely children in a house in Rochdale. Remember that. And had a very good job. Mr. Creepy took his laptop in for repair at Mr. Fix-It's. It had a problem with the hard drive. You can see where it's going, can't you? Mr. Fix-It looked at the hard drive and was violently sick at the pictures he saw on there. Mr. Fix-It phoned the police. Mr. Busy, the policeman, took Mr. Creepy to prison and locked him up for 10 years. Mr. Creepy got his head kicked in every day. Prison officers didn't see a thing. Mr. Creepy was a very naughty man and couldn't be trusted. Mrs. Creepy divorced Mr. Creepy and is now happy with Mr. Postman. Can you tell me what job Mr. Creepy used to have? Yes, he was a children's BBC TV presenter on CBeebies. He was loved by everyone, but now he's on his arse eating pot noodles and waiting to die. Do you know what Mr. Creepy does in his bedsit in Dundee before he goes to sleep? Yes, he cries himself to sleep, the sick fucking pervert. So, if you're in Dundee and you see Mr. Creepy, run away. He's probably eyeing up your kids. Just remember that story when you're going to bed tonight. Thank you very much.
Give you my Diet Coke back. Fucking hell.